Something different for a change. We're live for an episode. First time ever doing this, so let's hope this goes well. What's going on, Rangers fans? Welcome to yet another edition of From the Blue Seats, a New York Rangers podcast presented by SeatGeek. I'm Jimmy Fanizzi. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Follow us on X and Instagram at BlueSeats94 and use the hashtag BlueSeats to chat with us on any and all topics at hand. Send us fan mail as well from the BlueSeats at gmail.com. That's from the BlueSeats at gmail.com. Also, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on all audio platforms. And be sure to rate us 5 stars. It would mean the world to us. Yeah, I figured something a little bit different, something I really haven't done before with the show, and that's to go live for an episode for a change. Because, well, quite frankly, my life has been so busy, and I really have not had time to really just record anything, you know what I mean? But here we are, we're going live. I was supposed to go live on X as well, but unfortunately, that kind of fell through. So I am live just here on YouTube. I have to let my X audience know ASAP. I see my man Goza in the chat. What is up, my man? Always a pleasure to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Let's go Rangers indeed. And at the time I am going live, the Rangers are currently playing against the Calgary Flames at MSG, and with about 5 minutes remaining in the first, there is no score from Madison Square Garden. Shots are 10-6 in favor of the Flames. Rangers coming off a big 6-2 win yesterday in Philadelphia against the Flyers. I mean, they just own the Flyers at this point. No matter how much they may be bad this year, they just own the Flyers. I don't know what it is, but hey, I'll take beating Philadelphia any day of the week. Flames coming off just a disastrous 7-3 loss to the Capitals last night, so they're definitely coming in there extra pissed off. But 5 minutes remaining in the first, no score between the Rangers and the Flames. It's the New York Free Ranger Eggs versus the Calgary Flame Grilled Horse Meat Burger. That's a mouthful right there, my man. But look, man, I figured I would go live today for this episode because the trade deadline has come and gone. I know it's a few days late, but like I said, life's been getting in the way. Haven't had time to record. Today was the only day that I could actually do this. And by the way, for those who want to listen on the audio side of things, the audio version of this will be coming out tomorrow, March 11th. So keep an eye out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, and now, hopefully, iHeartRadio is coming soon. Fingers crossed for that, so stay tuned. But look, the NHL trade deadline has come and gone, and Vincent Trocheck is still a New York Ranger for now. But before we even talk about that, let's take a look at some of the trades that did happen during the trade deadline. One of them being that Sam Carrick was traded to the Buffalo Sabres for a 2026 third-round pick and a 2026 sixth-round pick. And look, I think it's a pretty fair package deal for Sam Carrick. I mean, physically, yes, it's going to suck. He brings a lot of physicality to the table, so they're definitely going to miss that aspect. But offensively, he is not going to be the goal scorer that everybody thinks he is going to be. I mean, heck, granted, he did score a goal in his first game as a Buffalo Sabre, and by the way, it was the game of the year, by the way, Sabres and Tampa Bay, an 8-7 win for Buffalo. I mean, my God, if that's not game of the year, I really don't know what is. But Sam Carrick definitely got involved. He got a little bit of fisticuffs. He scored a goal. So, hey, look, congratulations to Sam Carrick. That trade is definitely paying dividends for the Buffalo Sabres right now. And that's a team, by the way, that has a near 15-year playoff drought. That's coming to an end this year. The Buffalo Sabres are making the playoffs. There's no question about it. And that city of Buffalo is going to be absolutely ecstatic. The city of Buffalo definitely deserves something. I mean, hell, if the Buffalo Bills can't do anything, the Sabres just might. I'm not saying they're going to the Stanley Cup final, but they might have a chance to go to at least the conference semifinals this year if things play in their favor. But, hey, look, congrats to the Buffalo Sabres, man. What an unbelievable year this is. I mean, after, once again, just another slow, poor start from them, all of a sudden now they're at the top of the division and they're going to make the playoffs no matter how you slice it. So congrats to the Sabres. Unbelievable year, no matter what happens this postseason. But anyway, Sam Carrick gets traded there. Other notable trades, obviously, we saw Panarin get traded to the Kings. We saw Carson Soucy get traded to the Islanders. The unexpected one is Brennan Othmann. He gets traded to the Calgary Flames for a 19-year-old prospect named Jacob Battaglia. Now, I really don't know too much about Battaglia, but what I do know is that he is 19. He's a young prospect who is supposedly very promising. And I also do know that he relies on quick one-touch passes up the middle. Now, for a league that relies so much on scoring, passing is not going to do you any favors. But with the way he passes the puck, I mean, it really is something to behold. So I really have a lot of hope with this kid. Hopefully he can up his scoring touch a little bit. But, I mean, I'm a fan of the trade, but I kind of wasn't expecting it, only because I really don't think that Brennan Othmann got a fair shake. Like, he didn't get enough playing time with the Rangers. He kept going up and down, up and down. I just think it shot his confidence. So the Rangers just said, you know what? It's not fair to you that we keep doing this to you. We're just going to trade you to a team that we think that you will get more starting time with. And I think that's 100% fair to Brennan Othmann. He deserves more starting time, and hopefully he'll finally get that with the Calgary Flames. Somehow, Kyle Manifold is probably scratching his head at that trade. But hey, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Flames fans. Hopefully they finally have a sense of direction with where they want to go. So that's the Othmann trade. And then Sam Carrick gets traded, the works. But Vincent Trocheck is still a New York Ranger. After all the rumors, after all of the locker room chatter, after all of the drama surrounding Chris Drury, all that other stuff, Trocheck stays put for now. And I say for now because there is a chance that he could be moved during the offseason for maybe something more. But I know that, all right, look, this might be the most controversial thing I've ever said on this show. Because for those that don't know, I have been on the Fire Chris Drury bandwagon for a while. I've been on the Fire Drury bandwagon since this year started. I said that I didn't want him in charge of the trade deadline, and I don't want him in charge of this offseason. And I can't believe I'm about to do this. But I am going to take this moment to actually defend Chris Drury for not trading Trocheck. And before you all raise an eyebrow, hit the dislike button, or click off this video, or wherever you're listening, let me explain myself. The Rangers, I don't think, wanted to trade Vincent Trocheck just to make a trade, air quotes. They clearly had a target price for Trocheck. And based on whatever offers they were getting, they did not think that those standards met up to what they wanted. So, if you were to have traded Vincent Trocheck just for the sake of making a trade, you probably would have gotten a piss-poor package back. Look at what happened with the Panarin trade. We all were scratching our heads at first thinking, that's the best you can do? Liam Greentree and a couple of, like, a third-round draft pick, that's the best you can do? Like, really? That's the best you can do, Drury? But as I sat back and thought about it, I said, I would much rather have traded Panarin for that package than let him walk in free agency for nothing. The difference here is that Vincent Trocheck might have a chance to up his trade value even more depending on how he plays the rest of this season. And he could get dealt in the offseason for more than what the Rangers are asking for. So this could actually be a good thing that Vincent Trocheck is staying put. Now, do I think he is going to be moved eventually? Unfortunately, I do. And I do think it is going to happen this offseason. Because I think he's going to play more motivated, and he's going to up his trade value. Where he's going to go, I have no idea. But, look, if he gets traded, at this point, I'm not going to be surprised. Even though I'm the one that said that Vincent Trocheck, in my opinion, is the kind of guy that you want to build your team around. And look, if he stays, maybe he could be part of this retool that the Rangers are doing. Heck, Zibanejad is staying put. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be part of the solution. So, look, Vincent Trocheck, I mean, I got to give him credit for handling this like a pro. I mean, he answered all the right questions in the interview after the trade deadline was over. He basically said, I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, I'm just here to try and help this team. You know, I'm focused on that right now. I don't want to focus on the drama going on. And, you know, these are my teammates. I love them, and I'm going to be with them every step of the way. And, you know, he handled that the right way. So, look, I applaud Trocheck for that. And, look, I still don't want Chris Drury in charge of the offseason. I really don't. But I will defend him from this aspect. He didn't trade Trocheck just to make a trade. So, in a way, I do kind of applaud him for that. He had a target value for him, and he didn't feel that target value was met. If Vincent Trocheck was traded for, let's say at this point of the year, let's say if Trocheck was traded for, I don't know, let's say a 4th-round draft pick, a 5th-round draft pick, and a player to be named later. You really think Ranger fans would be going all happy-go-lucky? No. They'd say the same thing that they said when they traded for Panarin. That's the best you can do? They would also say, you made a trade just to make a trade. So, look. The Panarin trade obviously was different. But for Vincent Trocheck, his value could go up way more if he continues to play well the rest of the season. And I'm getting an update here on the current game at the time of this episode here, March 10th. The Rangers have scored first against Calgary, and it's Alexis Lafreniere, who, by the way, is on fire recently. Finally, he's decided to turn it on, and good for him. Look, as a guy who has said, I'm done with Lafreniere, I mean, it's about time that he's turning it on this year. Good for him. And Zibanejad and Fox once again getting assists. I mean, Zibanejad and Lafreniere have just been on fire recently. Good for them. But Lafreniere scores his 16th on the power play. Rangers lead the Flames 1-0. So, good job for Alexis Lafreniere. He's on a little bit of a streak right now. But, again, for Vincent Trocheck, all I can say is this. Good on the Rangers and good on Chris Drury for not just trading Trocheck just to make a trade. If you're going to trade somebody like that, it's got to be worth something. And for the Rangers, they obviously said, what you're offering us is not worth it to trade him away. Me personally, again, I think he's going to be dealt in the offseason. But if he sticks around, it might actually be a good thing for them. Because again, I initially said that Trocheck is the kind of player that you want to build your team around and be a part of the solution. He could be that player. He really could. I know Zibanejad's going to be, and probably in all likelihood, Lafreniere is probably going to be, since he didn't get traded either. So Trocheck could be a part of something here. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but good job, Chris Drury. That's probably the only time I'm going to say that anyway, because I still want the man fired. But in his defense here, good for him for not trading Trocheck away just to make a trade. I actually do applaud him for that. So, for the first time ever, well done, Drury. But that's just my opinion. Let's hear from you. Do you think trading Trocheck is a bad idea, or do you think he'll get moved in the offseason? And do you also think that him sticking around will actually be a good thing? Let me know in the comments down below on YouTube and also on X and Instagram at BlueSeats94. Use hashtag BlueSeats to chat with us. And also send us fan mail from theblueseats@gmail.com. That's from theblueseats@gmail.com. Leave us your thoughts. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and hit that bell so you're notified of all episodes that air or are posted. And make sure you subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And be sure to rate us 5 stars. It would mean the world to us. I know this was a bit of a quick one here, and I apologize about that. But again, life is getting in the way. I wanted to get this out as quick as I could for you guys because I care about you guys. I know I was kind of mumbo jumbo and all that stuff like that. But again, just I owe you guys an episode, and I really do hope that you guys continue to take time out of your day to tune into the show. I really do appreciate it very, very much. And I actually have a comment here. It goes and says Vincent Trocheck's going to get traded next season. Oh, so you're saying he's going to get traded at next year's deadline? That could be interesting. Maybe he could up his trade value even more if that's going to be the case. But I still think it might be this offseason, depending on how he plays. But hey, we shall see. But again, let's hear from you. What do you think happens to Vincent Trocheck? And do you think him sticking around this year is a good thing? Let me know on social media at BlueSeats94 and leave a comment down below on YouTube as well. And send us fan mail. It helps us a lot as well. I'm Jimmy Fanizzi. This is From the Blue Seats, a New York Rangers podcast presented by SeatGeek. Use promo code BlueSeats at checkout for $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code BlueSeats only at SeatGeek. Go Blue Shirts, and we'll catch you next time. Peace!